Order! Today is the Parliament meeting about taxpayers' rate rising for the last few years now since 2013. Mr. President Scott Drake, can you address what's the plans on taxpayers' rate going into this middle of 2021 as we are in August? Thank you, Your Honour. Right here, right now, I like to say about taxpayers' money on the rates going high from 2014 on paying taxes to the government to claim and pay with education, fund the hospital services, fund the police, the firefighters, and fund every jobs across the nation who gets paid through tax. And the pay rise has been going up for years and years and years. And we need to clarify, how can we lower the taxpayers of people paying bills to the government to fund our beloved nation on things that we need to fund on? For example, like I said, education is important, hospital services, and much more. I believe that I think in tax rise of people have to pay a lot of money. I think that we need to cut down on cutting the bill pay on anyone who has an expensive house, who has a normal house, or even it could be a car bill, it could be a bill on food, it could be. Cut it down by 20%. The reason why I say cut down to 20% is because it feels that a lot of people are struggling with money, struggling in terms of not having the best salary from their jobs. And I know the scheme has been very, very good, as we are the richest nation in the whole economy around the whole world. I think it's better if we trim down 20% of pay cut on bills is something that we need to do as a nation. We want to make sure that we make our Republican people and our workers very, very happy. And by doing that, by cutting down by 20% will be the best thing to do. And I believe that, and so my party believes that, and I hope that the other parties believe that as well. Thanks for that there, Mr. President. Let's go now to the leader of the Policy Party, Drew Gulak, to agree, perhaps, with Scott Drake's decision. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Personally, I believe that it's nonsense to cut down 20% on bills across on house taxes and vehicle taxes and electric taxes and such other. I believe it's ridiculous, and I believe it's nonsense, and I believe the economy will fall downwards if our president does what he's doing right now by cutting down bill pay across the nation. I believe it's ridiculous, and I find it's wrong. And a lot of people, percentages, is 80% of people in this nation can afford 100% of tax to give to our government. I don't know what the exact Scott Drake is on about, and I believe it's wrong, and I believe it's stupid. I believe that is very, very stupidity from Mr. Scott Drake, I believe, and I think you're wrong, my friend. That's all I got to say. Let's go back to the president on what you think of the policy party's wording about tax pay. I think it's ridiculous that Drew Gulak is actually in this building debating with me on cutting down 80% of tax bills. I believe it's the best thing possible in our nation to offer. Scott Drake, I do am aware that we got the best economy in the world, and I do aware that you think that our economy will suffer if our tax bills drop to 80%. It's only 20% off, Drew Gulak. And I believe that you're only doing that because you're against my party, and that's all I got to say. Let's get back to the policy party leader, Drew Gulak. This scheme was 100% taxes paid by 2014 by Conor O'Kane, our former president who set this up. And I believe that you are doing the wrong thing by cutting down 80% of tax bills in our nation. I believe that we are going to be going back down before 2014, the worst part of our financial money market way back since 2008. And I do not want this to happen again in 2022 next year, by the time we have suffered a lot on taxpayers and wasting that money on all sorts of things. And I believe that's going to happen going forward in the future in this beloved nation. Let's end this debate by allowing the President to say his final word. Mr. President, your turn. Thank you, Your Honour. I do not agree with you, Mr. Gulak, about our economic crisis in 2009. I believe it's corrupt in my perspective, and I believe that, and you know that, and by cutting down 80% of taxpayers will make it easier for our people and for the future of this beloved nation. And I believe that if we keep this scheme from 2014 presented by Conor O'Kane from 2014, we are going to be in a difficult position in terms of the poverty, having less income, and a lot worse more if we don't have it by 80% off of the claim to the government. And I believe that, and you know that, and that's all I got to say. Thanks, Mr. President. We will dismiss this Parliament meeting debate right now.